What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two Tulies of my own, I don't need a gat. Hold up, no sir. Step up to the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got something sins in one palm on my hand. Balls are right rigid and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of thumb.
Hey, let's go. It's Monday night, everybody. And I'm oh so ready to go because I'm fired up from our amazing show this past Saturday. We're going to get into that in a little bit later. It's not going to last too long. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again on this stormy, that is at this point now, is going down here in Graham, North Carolina. But, for all of you that return my crazy knockouts and knockheads, it is I, the one and only, your mama like him and all them, the notorious one, the biggest one, not to mention the most handsome one, TKO. And I'm back, baby. It's the Knockout Hour. And we're here to talk about some good old combat sports. But tonight is going to be another exclusive Icon Pro show. As I am the owner of Icon Pro Wrestling, we are having the pleasure of having two people that's affiliated with our organization. The first person I'd like to bring on, and these two people you know very well, so let's go ahead and make sure y'all show them some love. I have brought back the Bad Intentions herself, one of the baddest women in the land, Miss Kiki Jones. Say what's up to everybody, Kiki.
Hello, everybody. Bad Intentions is in the building. How is it going with everyone?
All right. I'm glad you're back, Kiki. How you doing?
Can't complain. Another day above ground is always a good day, so that's how I look at it.
Amen. You're absolutely right about that. And hey, guys, I said I'll promise you another person from my organization. This man right here is my right-hand man. He is literally, if I'm left brain, he's right brain. I mean, he is my cousin. But I mean, not only that, man, he is one of the biggest reasons why Icon Pro is having the right environment for the entertainment that you guys love and adore. So I like to bring on the IPW Cuz is having the right environment for the entertainment that you guys love and adore. So I like to bring on the IPW.
I can't hear y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, do me a favor. Jump in, jump out, jump back in.
Yeah, that's usually the way that it fixes.
Yeah. Hey, DC, bring him out, bring him back in real quick. Thank you. All right. So anyway, is it working this time? All right. Message him to jump out and jump back in real quick and see if that works. But by the way, so anyway, Kiki, wait for you to come back. How are you doing? Like, what you been doing out here with the wrestling? I mean, I know there's been some things going on.
Yeah, there's been some things going on. I did just have a show, even though we're focused on Icon, because I really wish I was there for that one. But just had a show yesterday. It was my first. It was a wrestling show, but it was like the main point of the show was it was a car show with just good wrestling going on as well. I will say, it didn't go as planned how I wanted it to, but that's a good thing because there's a post I had made that is a slight rebranding. It's not changing the name or changing necessarily the character, but there's just a deeper understanding of Kiki Jones is no longer holding back. I'll put it that way without it going into an explanation of any further. It's more of actions will speak louder than words, but it's like I said in my post last night, moving forward, everyone's getting put on notice, and I'm done holding myself back. There'll be a promo that everyone can check out that I'll be uploading, but it went good, and I'm excited for the rest of 2026 and moving forward with what Bad Intentions is going to bring to the table.
I think I know who you're talking about. Like, without even being at the building or at the facility, I know exactly mentally where you are. And I'll talk about that in a second. I will.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're good now.
Awesome.
Man. Hey, say what's up. My bad. I know they got to see back.
What's good, everybody? I already know who it is. IPW Cuz in the building. Know we about to talk about the last Icon Pro Wrestling show. Know I got the notes in hand. I'm gonna give my disclaimer, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you just like lead me into how we gonna talk about the matches and stuff like that. Cause I'm gonna say what I gotta say anyway.
And that's why I love you, and that's why I think people love you too on this show because you're being real, and that's what we need. We need people to sit there and just give their honest, real opinion. And some people can either take it and be upset, and that's not going to change anything, or you can take it as constructive criticism from someone that's objectively looking in order to say, hey, I think you can do better. I know you can do better. I believe in that. And some people in this business, hey, they choose to take it or leave it. I'm one of those ones. I allow my cousin to say his raw, true facts about me as well, because I'd rather be corrected than to be led to be a fool. And that's what the cuz is only sitting there is telling everybody the truth, only because he wants the best from you because he know you can do it. If you trained this hard out here, you spent that money, you spent those hours on the road, you know it matters when somebody says, hey, look, let me stop you for a second. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm glad cuz is here. Now, really quick.
Most importantly, I want what's best for the company, in all honesty. Like I wouldn't want somebody to be given 100%, 110% somewhere else, and when they come to Icon, you kind of half-ass. That's not. I feel like that ain't fair. So I'm speaking more so on that side of it.
That's true, and that goes with the point I think what Kiki was making. What Kiki was saying to say, and this is me because this is what I'm thinking. I remember when I first started out, as a baby face, I'm always happy-go-lucky. Like my demeanor, I'm always up in front of the crowd. But behind the scenes, when I get in that locker room, I was mentally going through it. As a baby face to try to come up the ranks just as much as a heel, getting those matches, it can get frustrating. I'm be honest, taking a loss when sometimes that person ain't better than you. And that really, I mean, I think that's what the case is, and I know it. But also too, sometimes you ain't in the right matches to show what you can do. So when you know what you can do and you're having to hold back, or the other person can't roll with you, then it makes it seem like you're the problem when you're not. So, and I like that. To go along with that, I think to close that part up, and I'll let y'all have it. Now, when you're saying that, you're saying to say, hey, look, I got to do what I got to do. If you want to go to deep waters, even if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30s, you better get ready to buckle up because you're going to feel me. Because that's the problem with this business today is real talent having to hold themselves back because other ones ain't spending their time to be as good as they are. We all got time to get in the ring. We all got time to have matches. Some of these people, like Cuz said, they phone it in because they're covered. They're not worried about a company becoming better. They're only worried about their profile. And when you phone it into that fan right there in the front row, not only you screw that match up, but the person you're facing didn't get the match they needed in order to grow their self, their brand, and that company. So I think, and I may be right, Kiki, that I kind of hit some points I think you're probably at.
Yes, I just know it's a mixture of talent, so it's not just any one particular individual, but you pretty much, that's why I'm kind of just like, yeah, I'll put it like this. I had really good conversations with the people I needed to have conversations with between yesterday and today. And so to elaborate without going into detail is, yes, you nailed everything as well. And it's just also, I'm having to remember that behind the scenes and behind the curtain, it's always respectful and everything else. But when it comes to Bad Intentions, Kiki Jones, and what I need to do, and the monster and the killer that I am supposed to be, that has to translate in the ring. And at the end of the day, it's about, like you said, it's not about screwing over the other person or going into business for myself. But like I was saying earlier, with the slight rebranding and just putting everyone on notice, is that I'm not going to hold myself back, whether it's the athleticism wise, the making sure that, yeah, I'm never going in there to hurt nobody, but you're going to feel it. This is professional wrestling at the end of the day. You gotta make it. You gotta make everything believable. So I can't protect no one's feelings. I'll put it like that. It's not getting disrespectful. It's just that when I go out there, when I go through those curtains, Kiki Jones is cranked up to 100, and that's what every doesn't like. IPW Cuz was saying, you give 100% to whatever promotion you're working for. You don't just focus on doing your best for one, but then giving a half-ass show. You're at the end of the day, you're there to give people their money's worth. So I'll leave it at that.
And I'm with you. And Cuz, would you like to add on to that? Because I know even though you're not a ring performer, you still know the business and how it should be treated, how it should be represented. And then at times, I know you know talent that you feel close to your heart that you believe in, and you see that for them. And yet, when you see them somewhere where you like, dang, why that person not getting that spot like we may do here at Icon? I know you had the same sentiments. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like Kiki definitely just hit the nail on the head. Just on, going out there, giving people their money's worth, no matter where you at. Even if it's just 5 people in the crowd, whether it's 5 people or 500 people, you got to go out there and do your best and give the people what they want to see, because you never know. These people could come back every single time you come out there from just that one show. So, just be a professional at the end of the day. Simple as that. Just be a professional, do your job. You're getting paid for a reason. You feel me? Like, it ain't like it's not like it's an hourly job. Like, you're not getting paid per hour. You're getting paid to go out there and do your thing. Some of these people getting over $100 for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So go out there, be professional, do your job, give it all you got, and at the end of the day, have a good time, be safe for yourself.
Right.
And
Because I'm telling you guys out there that's listening that if you're a fan, I know for myself, and I can speak from Kiki's work, when we get out of that curtain, we're very conscious of who we are. I know I'm Teddy. She knows she's Kiki. But at the same time, I'm in a whole nother world right now, because for me, these lights hit me. This is my moment. And nobody's going to take that away from me. I done took too many bumps, too many road trips, too many times people telling me this, that, and the third, to not be in this locked in for this moment right now, for every single one of y'all to know that I am the man, that Kiki's the man. And that's how, when we step out those ropes, it's not about, again, everybody get the wrong misconception. It's not about championship determines your legacy. It's the impact or the impression you leave on that fan that's in that front row that paid that money to be entertained. There's that person in the back of that building that sat there and paid their hard-earned money to be there to represent you. So when they're there and they screaming your name, or if they not, give them a reason to, because they came there for the same thing you did, and that's to have a good time, provide them with something to be able to sit there and come back to. And ladies and gentlemen, grow this business as it should, because I think sometimes people get the misconception this business will go on without you. Your company doors will shut down one day, just like Icon will, because eventually, at one point, I will move on with my life. It's not to say Icon won't sit there and continue to go on, but my chapter will. Let's say, for instance, 5 years from now, the golden plan of what we've been working on actually is achieved. What if I look over and I look at IPW Cuz and say, Cuz, I'm out, man. It's time for you to take over. You've been doing this the whole time. You know what to do. Do you want this? Because says, hey, I got you. Right? That now, what my inception of that was, is going to be passed on, and we're setting a legacy and a precedence that at our company at Icon Pro Wrestling, integrity comes first. And I want everybody to know that in this business, you only as good as the time you sit there into that stadium, into the time you leave. So you make sure that you give everything you have to every single fan, because they give you everything they got to be there that evening. You don't know, that could have been their last dollar, but they came there to see you. So give them something that they paid for. Amen. Could the church say amen?
Amen. Hallelujah.
Man. And we're going to get into a lot of this, guys, when we talk about this tonight, because what a show we had. I know Kiki is still, she's coming back. That's right. October 17th, she will be back in action, back at Icon, making her debut at Cummins High School. With shout out to them guys and everybody there that was able to give us a honestly, first class treatment. They was nothing but Coach Larry. Shout out to Coach Larry. One of the reasons why we did this collaboration was people like him. Give a shout out to Dr. Pettit for the athletic that come as high school. Without you guys giving us vision and foresight to see, if you give a time for us to be able to work with these children in order to give them, inspire them with hope, knowing that there's a future for them just as much as it is for us, then it's all gonna work out for everybody. But
Shout out to Schoolboy too.
oh yeah, shout out to the school board for
Shout out
sure.
to Schoolboy. Shout out to y'all.
Hey, shout out to Seneca Rogers, for sure, man. He's a brilliant man, and y'all need to check it out. His sports show. I need to get that up for you in the night. Shout out to Seneca. Shout out to the school board. Thank y'all, and it's amazing what y'all have given us. It's a blessing.
Oh, and shout out to those two ladies that came from North Park.
Yep.
Big shout out to them.
Yes. They came. We gave out a ticket to a family of 4. Say, hey, we're gonna give out some VIP tickets. You coming to the show? She was nothing but the biggest sweetheart ever. And at the show, I got me some hugs, some smiles. I mean, y'all. Okay, we're gonna get into that, boy.
I was gonna say from the looks of it, from what I've seen on social media so far, it sounds like it was a really. That's why I said earlier, I was like, I wish I could have been. It's tough when you want to be everywhere to see everything and stuff. So, but yeah. So I'm happy for y'all that it went very well.
No, wait till you come back. I've been telling everybody you coming back, and everybody when you women's match, I say, oh no, don't worry, Kiki be back in the building next show. So
right.
Actually, a cop, Burlington City cop wanted to go get you.
Nah, what? The police brutality match? I'm good on that one. So,
hey, time first win match or something like that. Handcuff, man. I don't know. We're figuring something out. Hey, matter of fact, I really want to do this. What do we do? The police versus the firemen in a charity boxing match. 3 rounds. Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea. They got the softball team or leagues and stuff for that kind of stuff. So why not? Hey,
I'm gonna talk to them about that because I know that those cops at that show were not securing nothing. they
were busy being a fan. Yeah, I'm into that. I can do that. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna make sure next time we get some cops that don't like wrestling, but they would not watching nothing. But no, shout out to them, man. They got a T-shirt too, from Icon shirt. That's dope. So
nice.
All right, so we're gonna do a song real quick, and then when we come back, we're gonna come back with a lot more wrestle talk. We're gonna get into first. We're gonna get into IPW Cuz's review of Icon Pro 11, as well as do a breakdown of what's to transpire for the next show. And yeah, but tonight we got a new song from one of our new artists that debuted on the Knockout Hour last week. He came out last week with a song called Hitman. So with another track this evening. We got my man Rich Hoodie, and he got a song tonight, OOT. All right, we got Rich Hoodie with OOT. Let's get it.
I sleep like that last intro too. We were really locked in. Twin. Rip. Do this shit for me. Do this shit for you. I'ma do this shit for us. Do this shit for ooh. Do this shit for me. Do this shit for you, I'ma do this shit for us, I'ma do this shit for ooh. Used to ride the bus, used to ride the train. Now I pull up in a brand new car V8. I might go V10, fuck it, go V12. I've been out of space, can't even touch the ground. Can't even touch the ground. Can't even touch the ground. Do this shit for ooh. Do this shit for me. Do the shit for you.
Tell the truth, can't tell no lies. But candy paint on rise. She ride me like old ties. I'm sober when I'm high. Shawty tell me sorry like an accident. Every bitch around you, she better than. Going up top like a ladder, man. Please come through with the cat again. My stick stay in a box, I swear that shit got me delusional. I love her, but I fuck on other bitches, shit confusing you. I thought she caught me, but I got away with murder too. And now, side bitch got addicted, got to asking what we doing, yo. I do this shit for all the niggas that ain't get a chance. It's a diamond in your face, I hope you catch a glance. In a mode right now, I hope this shit forever lasts. If that shit ain't for me or for who, then throw it in the trash.
Do this shit for me, do this shit for you. I'ma do this shit for us, do this shit for ooh. Do this shit for me, do this shit for you. I'ma do this shit for us, I'ma do this shit for ooh. Used to ride the bus, used to ride the train. Now I pull up in a brand new car V8. I might go V10, fuck it, go V12. I've been out of space, can't even touch the ground, can't even touch the ground, can't even touch the ground. Do this shit for ooh, do this shit for me, do this shit for you.
I like that. And my apologies, Rich Hoodie. My apologies. That track right there, I said it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure we make that correction for this artist. That right there is boot. That's right, boot, ladies and gentlemen, not OOT, but boot. All right. So that right there was.
Damn, I can't hear it again.
Hey, do the jump out and jump back in real quick. I'll sum this part up. But thank you for your newest hottest track, Rich Hoodie. We appreciate you right there with that song, Boot. And if you like that and love that, just like the song last week, you had Hitman. My man Rich Hoodie is doing his thing. Just like us independent wrestlers, hey, check out these independent artists. You never know who's gonna make it on your biggest top 10 or top 100 charts the next day. You never know. But I know this year, we have featured more artists than we ever had on Knockout Hour. And if you want to be a part of this show as well, it's very simple. Hit up our email at iconprowrestlingllc@gmail.com and or iconprowrestling.tko@gmail.com. If you want to get your song played on this here station during this time, during our hip-hop spotlight moment, just like my man Rich Hoodie, make sure you check us out. And by the way, make sure you go to all your platforms where you can hear your music. Make sure you check out Rich Hoodie, as well as go check out that song, or check out his newest track, Ooh. And make sure to Knockout Hour representatives. Let your boy know that we did represent Ladder Proud. All right, thank you. So, as y'all can see by this big old smile on my face, that Saturday wasn't for a lot of people out there. I'll be brief before I let Cuz go. One thing about me, I'm a very emotional person, and with my emotions, like let's say, like after a match for me, sometimes these matches are realer than just matches. Sometimes you'll wrestle somebody and then feel like you wrestling your brother, like a true, real brother, or at times it's just. And Saturday was one of those nights. Even though me and Koga will always have a hatred for each other. This is established well before this show Saturday. We always gonna have a hatred for each other. But just as much you hate something so much, you can also love it. And I love the respect that we have for one another in that ring. Because one thing about it, we do try to tear each other's heads off. But yet, if we do that, then how can we ever? Why would we stop this dance that we have? You know what I mean? And I would just say, as a competitor, Koga, you're one of my hardest opponents I would always been facing and will continue to face, because I know you always raise your game to the next level when you step up to the big dog. But I would just say, man, after my match, I was so emotional because Icon means so much. It's the passion that we put in. It's the smile on the kids' faces. It's just everything. It just takes me away sometimes. Like after the match, there was so many people just hugging me, taking pictures, and I see the smiles on their faces. And that's the only reason I do this. I do it for that kid in that crowd that looks at me like I'm some like Superman or something. because I want them to believe that they can do the same thing that I'm doing, and that's live their dream when they get my age, and I'll be cheering for them. I seen one kid. There's a video I'm gonna have Facebook when I won my match. Just the sheer scream of just in happiness came out. That stuff like that just tears my little heart up all the time. It really do because they don't realize like the life that I live, the things that I do. You know what I mean? And just for that 10 minutes I'm out there, I'm like the biggest thing in the world to those kids. And I think that's so dope. It's really cool. So I
Just
had to.
just to add on to what you just said there, because that's the feeling, ironically, because that's the feeling I got when I had my show at BWF in Appomattox, Virginia. I'll make this quick so that way we can let IPW Cuz do what he needs to do too. But it's just like you said, as much as I love being the heel and I love making people hate me,
Mhm.
I know you have to be versatile. You have to be able, because not every promotion is going to book you as what you maybe want to be wise.
Mhm.
So doing that babyface or tweener work and seeing the kids, the reaction I got when I came out, and I believe you're familiar with Nina O'Ryan. That's the champion at BWF. They hate her out there. So, but it was the interaction after the match during intermission where I had adults, parents, as well as the kids. But especially like you said with the kids, I'm not saying the adults don't matter because everyone matters. But those kids, to see the reaction that they're seeing, oh, someone that looks like me, it kind of gave me a flashback and kind of healed my child version of myself,
Yes.
because that they're seeing that representation, they're seeing that and going, oh, she's doing it, type thing. And I mean, the way those kids were telling me ways to assault Nina, it felt good. You would have had to been there. It was the funniest stuff. They almost would have me have an attempted murder charge. But yeah, I get what you mean by that emotion, because of course I had to, keep it professional and stuff.
Right.
But it gave me that feeling of like, as much as I love making people hate me and I'd rather be a heel, this is fun being the face and giving these kids that representation. So that's just what I wanted to add on with what you. I feel it. I feel what the feeling you're talking about.
Oh, it chokes you up so much. Like you just get
Yeah.
like feeling like you like I like Saturday. I think about certain moments and I talk about it. My eyes get watered up. And I'm like, all right, shut up. I have to just walk off. Like it just, man, you just be like, God, why the love feel so good? You know what I mean?
Right.
Being with love feels so good. It just wow. All right, so let's continue those vibes because I know Cuz gonna have some yays and some nays. But hey, it's all why we're here this evening. So let's hear it. IPW Cuz. Let's give our rundown from Icon Pro 11. Let's go.
All right, so I like to start it off. I say nothing in disrespect. I say nothing to disregard any of these wrestlers. I do not get in the ring myself. These people are trained years on years on years to get where they are now. I am only giving an opinion, a literally instant reaction opinion for the match that happened that night. This is not a totality of who you are as a wrestler or anything like that. If I liked the spot, I liked it. If I didn't like it, I didn't like it. It is what it is. And if anything that I say you don't like, I'm not hard to find when you come to these shows. I'm right behind the curtain. So I'll have a conversation with anybody. We can talk, whatever. Hey,
He said, "I'll say it to your face. Come see
now.
me."
I'm just keeping it real. It's no disrespect to nobody. But started off, we had our first match of Metallica and Big Motion Cam Brown. I want to start by saying I love the rebrand of Cam Brown from Baby Lotion to who he is right now, because I wasn't a big fan of the Baby Lotion character as him as a heel. I feel like he can be heel, but him as a face, I like a whole lot more. But this was a great way to start the show. They played well into the crowd. They did a nice cat and mouse type of chase to start things off that led into the action. I'm somebody that really likes in-ring action. I understand when it comes to like the antics and stuff around it, but I'm also the type to like, okay, you can tell the story and you can go ahead and get into the action. Like, we don't have to drag out the antics, And they did just enough time of antics and just as much time with the action. Both guys really competed. They kept the crowd into it the whole time. And that's just the way you start the show. It wasn't perfect, but they definitely took care of business. And you want to keep the crowd hot to start off, and they definitely got them hot to start off. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 for right now. It might change because there's other matches that I like just as well as this one, but it was hard for me to distinguish from 3. It was 3 matches I really liked, 3 matches I really didn't. So these are 1 and 3 I really like. So 3 out of 5 for right now, but it could change. Next match we had AJ versus Buddy Flowers. Not
to cut you off. Question. Okay, so going back to that match, right? All right. So the change up for Big Motion, Cam Brown, and Metallica. Well, we all know you love using Metallica, right?
Oh yeah, Metallica my A. I rock with Metallica. I promise you, I rock with Metallica. Even though he a heel, I like heels in general.
Right.
Rock with Metallica.
All right. So my question would be is for these 2 competitors, for the future Icon, have you really gave too much thought of where do you think that their path would be, or where you think they, where they could possibly end up at?
Honestly, I haven't, because I haven't seen Cam Brown in a while. I think the last time he might have wrestled for Icon was maybe at the Dream Center, or he might have did a show when we was at PAYC. I can't remember which one was the latest, but that was quite some time ago. So I definitely haven't had him in thought. More Metallica than anything, because I can see Metallica, if Icon Pro was to have like a light heavyweight championship or like an intercontinental European type of championship, I could see him being that. So in future time or reference, I could see that for him. For Cam Brown, I would just need to see him a little bit more to have that thought in my mind to put him in a future spot of Icon Pro. You know what I'm saying?
Let's put that on the list. All right, continue.
Next match we had AJ Action Jackson versus Buddy Flowers. This was actually my first time seeing AJ wrestle heel, and I really liked it. I actually liked him more heel than face, because for those who have never seen Action Jackson or AJ wrestle, this is a big dude. Big guy, and he really played into the role of like just beating Buddy Flowers down, just being dominant. The crowd really felt sorry for Buddy Flowers, as they should have, because he's not a big guy. AJ's a big guy, and it seemed like anytime he would try to do something, AJ was smacking him down. But he still gave him time to get his stuff in, so there was a good balance for me. It was a good balance. AJ just whooping on him, but just as much of Buddy getting that sympathy from the crowd, like, oh yeah, he can do it. But he got smashed down like he was supposed to. I like the story that they told within that match. Also, they really worked the hard cam. I don't think anybody worked the hard cam as good as they did, because I know there was a spot in the match where they were directly at the hard cam and AJ is just pounding. It was either he was choking him or he was pounding his chest. It was 1 or 2, I can't remember. But he's right at the hard cam just killing them. And if that footage is on the hard cam, when the match is edited down and stuff like that, you will see what I'm talking about, because they were right there, and you could just see Buddy just gasp for help, just anybody, and AJ just not caring. He's just killing them. But I really loved that match. And they just kept the energy up from the last match. You don't want the energy to die. Cam Brown and Metallica got the energy up. They kept the energy up. This one, I did like this match more than the last one. I'm gonna give it some 4 out of 5. But also the last one could still change. But this was a 4 out of 5 because I did like this one more than the last match. Third match of the night was Pure Greatness versus the Ebony Giants. I'm not sure how I really feel about this match, because it wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't like overly good. But I don't feel like that was in part of the wrestlers in action, because obviously everyone who knows about Icon Pro knows that the Ebony Giants are the tag champions and they're heels. it was parts in the match where the ref messed this match up because you got your time where your heels are gonna do their cheating antics and things like that. So there was a part of the match where Don Petty from the Ebony Giants was pinning one of the guys from Pure Greatness, and the other guy from Pure Greatness came in and stopped the pin. At that point, the ref said, go over there, going, hey, you can't come here, and that would have gave the Ebony Giants the leverage to choke him on the rope, stuff like that. Hey, he's cheating. Because then, they asked him match. But the ref is just over there just standing there. And even Don Petty is kind of like, hey, trying to, in a sense, direct him towards it. He's still just standing there. And that took away from the match, right? That right there took away from the match because they were having a pretty good match before that. But when that didn't happen, it just took away from it. Right. And it kind of didn't, it kind of couldn't recover from itself because that would have added so much to it.
Right.
Also, the ref was just out of position in a lot of different ways. He was standing in the heels corner when they were beating up on the guy. So you keep bringing them to the corner, keep tagging in and out, keep beating on and stuff like that. And again, it took away from the match because the positioning of the ref, not more so on the wrestlers in ring, because they're not always the de factos in it.
Right.
And it also led into the hot tag not being so hot. Unfortunately, I feel like
tag is what
lukewarm hot tag. So, but I feel like if those other things would have happened the way that they should have, it would have led into a better hot tag and a better just overall match. And I also feel like the Ebony Giants could have just had a little more dominance over the course of the match. It wasn't as much balance with this match compared to how I talked about the last match with AJ and Buddy, to where the dominance overshadowed, but he still allowed the other guy, Buddy, to get his work in. I feel like the face got a little too much work in, and the Ebony Giants didn't get enough dominance in. But that's just me though, and how I see it. At the time, that was my least favorite match. I'm going to give it a 2, but it's not fully on the wrestlers because some stuff was kind of out of their control when it came to how the match was constructed and everything like that. But it was a 2 for me, and it just could have been better for sure.
I'm gonna jump in with that too. Now I know Kiki probably don't want me to do this, but this is one of those insider things, so I'm not gonna go too far. But let's do it, right? Because elaborated on something that's very much a big part of a wrestling match, and that's the referee. The referee is just as important in that match as me and my opponent, tag, whatever. That man, honestly, is the conductor of that match. He needs to know where to be positioned in order to, A, stop what need to be necessarily stopped, B, be involved in it, like Cut said. If the heels, and it helps the match, you want the heels to get their beat downs. You want them to get the extra cheating in. That's what draws the fans in. So if you don't allow that to happen and you're just trying to go off the merit of, hey, we want this right down the middle, you do something like that if they get caught cheating numerous of times. Like they just keep cheating, foot on the road, or just always doing something. You make a stipulation or emphasize that more like when they're about to lose the titles or something. You don't do that where you're showcasing the fact that these are your monsters. These are your giants. And I think that you're right. A referee could be so distracted in the match, it could take away from it. And I think, like you said, there were some things we talked about behind the scenes that I would say like this. Like Cuz said, it's honestly the truth. It's not always the wrestler's fault how a match goes. You would want it to go a certain way. Of course, the win is what you want for both teams. But there are a lot of other contributing factors as to why a match didn't go as smooth as it should. So I do understand why you gave the 2-star rating, because some part was match chemistry and other parts was also referees. And another thing to mention too, and I think about this because you're right, the hard camera is something we got to get back used to at Icon Pro. Because I'm going to be honest, probably the second show we ever had a hard cam ever set up. So It's something we got to kind of like remind each other and say that too, like, hey, work this way. Because another thing with the referee, I've ref before in front of a promotion at a hard camera. The problem sometimes with some of these refs too is their back is to the hard cam.
Yeah, they're standing in the wrong corner, and they were doing it a lot.
So imagine to say if you're staring at something, the ref should be facing you in an L angle. So it should be like, let's say if you go to the farthest turnbuckle to your left, that ref should only move from there to the turnbuckle to your closest right. That's the angle they should be. It's like a half crescent moon. You should not go with your back turned to the crowd with the hard cam because you're blocking the action. Plus, they can't see you as a ref. So you always turn to the hard cam and don't come across unless you count the pin. Other than that, get back and face hard cam side. You'll never be out of the way. So that's something too that as a organization we got to work on. And we'll do that next show. So thank you for pointing that out. But that's something too a lot of people don't know. I was reffing before I was a wrestler. I'm very aware of you have to be in unison with the match, and if you're not, you could throw the match off. And I think that's probably what the case could have been in that.
And my only thing to add to it, since out of all three of us, I have the least experience, but my understanding, and I think a lot of people, without making it like an episode of Unreal, is it's a lot of pieces and parts that have to move like a well-oiled machine, from the talent, the promoter, the rep. It's just, I think as if when people look at it as a fan and as a fan only and don't have the understandings that you guys have, they don't get that. Like, I'm still learning that. Like, there's a difference between doing an independent show where there is no, like you said, hard cam, and then understanding, like I had a conversation with another talent person that's working with me explaining, yeah, we're going to learn how to, like you said, work the hard cam, do this. Right. It's just, there's so many pieces. That's all I'm going to say is it's not as easy as that. Just goes to show you to have that appreciation when you watch a well-produced, whether it's independent, whether it's a major promotion like a WWE or AEW, is that it's not, they make it look easy, but it's actually a whole lot of parts that people just don't understand behind the scenes with how that works.
And also the last part, a lot of times people don't realize the ref is our biggest asset in that ring. I'm not going to say what he does particularly or she does, but they are probably like your biggest helper in that ring, because it's like Kiki said, it's a lot going on. And that
it's not just 1, 2, 3. I'll just put it that way. I think a lot of people just think a ref is just you put on the zebra stripes and what? No, it's not. And I've never reffed, and I can tell you it's not just that.
Yeah, you get to a good ref, it's like he's wrestling the match. I'm gonna be honest, it's like that sometimes. Other times you get a bad ref, you'll look at times you may have to kick out a little bit earlier because you don't know if it's gonna be fast on that count. Isn't that I'm gonna get ref to be, and then the next time be, I'm like, bro, I don't know when to kick out. So it's like when I hear 2, I'm just out. I don't be like that. But anyway, because I just want to elaborate, guys, and Kiki's doing the same. It's a lot more than what y'all think that, hey, it's me and our opponent. It's you in the front row yelling. It's you back there in the back yelling. There's somebody's trying to tell me. So it's a lot more than just me and this person in the ring. So, yeah, that's a big factor to some matches. I just wanted to add that.
All right. Then we're going to go to the 4th match, which was Cool J versus Mace Lee. I'm gonna be real short about this because this match was real short. And I mean, this match could have probably went earlier. This was 2 spots before the main, and they went sub 6 minutes, and they could have and should have did a lot more with their time. For those who never, for the wrestlers who there, those or people that's behind stage or whatever, behind the curtain, I'm completely locked into these matches. Like, I'm focused directly on this match. I don't pick my phone up, nothing. I don't try to talk to nobody. I don't want to be distracted by anybody. I'm watching this match. And I swear, it seems like when the bell rung, it was all of a sudden 1, 2, 3, and then the match is over with. And I'm like, damn, what happened? Like, what happened? But
too fast. Went too fast.
It was too fast, but it also just wasn't. In that, it's sometimes a match could be too fast, and there could be so much packed into it where it's like, oh my God, they only went 5 minutes. This wasn't that. It was too fast, and it just seems like kind of nothing happened. So I'm gonna get that. To me, it was just a 1 out of 5 because it just wasn't a lot of action going on. It just kind of seemed like it was just in and out. But again, it is what it is. Again, No disrespect, but hey, I'm just keeping it real with you. The next match was Koga versus this guy, TKO. Now, unfortunately, the crowd died down a little bit from the last two matches, but this got them back up because obviously a lot of the people out there to see TKO. So this match got them back up. I really like the promo Koga, cut. I liked it a little bit. I was in the back yelling, "Turn around," because he had his back towards the hard cam the whole time. Koga really lays it in. And, like, I really liked it about Koga. Like, he really lays it in. Like, you would think that he is really hitting you, but you would think, like, dang, like, this mother really punching this dude. Like, he really punching him in the jaw.
He was.
Chemistry between y'all two, I feel like it's always been great. Like, y'all have wrestled multiple times, dating back to that place on North Church Street that I ain't gonna say their name. Because, what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say their name, but that place on North Church Street, dating back to them, and I feel like y'all always just give just a good match. It's never like y'all always just go at it. The chemistry is really well. It seems like y'all don't have to do a lot of talking. Y'all know what's gonna go on, and y'all gave the crowd what they wanted to see. It was really just nonstop action from bell to bell. There was a little bit of tinkering, but hey, matches aren't always perfect. You can't think of you gonna get a 5-star match every single time. Like, those aren't very predominant on the indie scene. Like, a 5-star match is rare a lot of times. But again, y'all did what y'all was supposed to do and handled y'all business, kept the crowd in, got the crowd back into it, and y'all went out there and hit hard. The rep bump was good. I don't know what the rep was doing. I ain't gonna speak on that. I don't know what he was doing after he got bumped.
I don't know what he was doing, bro. Like, get out. I'm like, what?
And then the coach moment was really good, and it went as planned. Like, came in, counted. What are you doing in here? Boy, Coach got flipped. Hey, and I feel like the crowd really loved that. Especially for the people who was there that might have known who Coach was and for coming. That was a really good look. And then outside of that, just seeing the feedback from after the show and seeing that, it seemed like people really liked it. So I'm gonna give that match also a 3 out of 5 because now that I'm really looking back on it, because at the time after the show I really couldn't figure out which one I liked the most. I think AJ and Buddy's match I really liked the most, and that one went the shortest amount of time. So this is 3 out of 5, just like the Metallica and Cam Brown match 3 out of 5, and the other one's 4 out of 5 because I just like that one a whole lot more because of just the totality of everything. And last but not least, the main event of the night, which was Tim versus Bojack. Again, I'm not really sure how I felt about this match. As I stated before, I understand when it comes to, the antics and getting the crowd into it and having them hate on you and stuff like that. It's a part of the match because it tells the story, but also...
No, that's my little cousin. Hey, that's a great question. No. Hey, shout out to great question. No,
listen, listen, this is my cousin. I don't look like him because I look good. He's ugly. So,
dang. Shots fired.
Hey, I'm good with that. I'm married, so I only got to look good for one person. But no, everybody, this is my first cousin. Actually, he was for a long time the youngest until my uncle had another child. But no, this right here is my little cousin. What I had to be about maybe 7 years old when you were born. 6, 7 years.
How much older are you than Sadie?
So for me and Sadie, 2 years.
Yeah, then like 6 or 7, because she got me by.
I just remember little cousin right here was a baby, but no, everybody says it a lot. No, and also too, I'm 6'2", he's 6'5", so there's a big difference to height. He got all the height I didn't get. This is right here, so I know he did not just call my man ugly.
Yeah. on his show.
On his show.
Hey, Amanda, he's single. But late
Man,
evening from Norway. Yes, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining me, Cuz and Kiki, man. We definitely love you. Appreciate you, man. And it says I am 6'9" and short one of my brothers. Woo! Ooh, hey, you want to come to Icon Pro?
got a spot for you if you can wrestle.
Hey, we need somebody. We need a giant, baby. We got the Giants. We need a monster.
He said I'm 6'9" and I'm the shortest out of my set. Oh my goodness.
Come on, hey, y'all need to move to Burlington.
But
All right,
where I left off. Okay, again, I understand the antics and stuff like that because it tells a story within the match. But when it comes to just timing, because I time all the matches too. Like I don't say that within me talking about the matches. That was half of the match, was them what they did outside the match. Now I know there was a spot where I know they had like the cupcakes and smash stuff. I didn't see that because I'm watching from the hard cam, and where they was outside the hard cam, so I didn't get to see that. So I can't say that's going to change my opinion or whatever. But I feel like it could have just been a balance in the action. But once the action did start, it was hard hitting. I do think that there's a little bit that was left to be desired. I feel like they could have maybe went a little harder, cut a little bit of antics out, stuff like that. And I wasn't expecting the match to end the way it ended. Like, I don't know. This is my first time seeing Bojack. I know I've seen Tim wrestle before, but this is my first time seeing Bojack. So I'm not sure what his finishing moves might be, but the way the match ended, it didn't seem like it was going to end. Like, it's like, I know there was a clothesline, and he took like the bump, like how Billy Gunn would take the clothesline, and it was like the flipping type of bump, which again, I always like that bump. It's one of my favorite bumps. And Tim took a bump like that, and I'm thinking like, okay, we're gonna keep it going, but it was a 1, 2, 3. Now, granted, it was within the time frame of the match, so maybe they were kind of going off of how much time they had in the ring, and they want to go ahead and end it like that, which is definitely understandable. But at the same time, the way that the match ended and the antics and all the action in between, I feel like there was a little bit more that could have been done, especially with this being the main event. So I'm gonna also give this one a 3 because I did not like this match as much as the AJ Buddy Flowers match. I honestly didn't like this one as much as your match. I honestly didn't like this one as much as the Metallica and Cam Brown match. But I don't feel like it was a 2, and I don't like giving 0.5s. I give whole numbers. So this is another 3, but when it comes to just an order of totality, it was really my 4th favorite match of the night. But again, shout out to everybody who, came to the show, came and worked. It's much love from myself, from TKO, from everybody that's a part of Icon Pro Wrestling. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you came here with us. So keep doing y'all thing, keep on, training, wrestling, getting your name out there, keep coming back to Icon Pro if y'all still rocking with us. Don't come half-assing us, because we gonna definitely know, and if Cuz don't know, I'm gonna know, because I'm somebody that can definitely read it, for sure.
I will say I appreciate, because I think you also, when I did my debut at Icon, I believe you rated mine and Scarlett's match. And I remember I made a joke saying, yeah, one day I'll get to a 5-star rating and stuff. But what I was just going to say to add on to you, IPW Cuz, is I appreciate you, like you said, you're honest with your evaluations and your ratings. And it kind of ties into what TKO had said earlier in the show, is that me as a talent, I need the truth. I don't need my feelings protected or being told what I want to hear. So that's why I appreciate, if people get in their feelings about it and can't take constructive criticism, then I don't know. And I know I'm still green in the business, so it's not trying to act like I'm this big vet, but maybe it's from the sports background of just understanding. It's just like if I was on a sports team. You're not gonna, the coach ain't gonna sugarcoat, and this isn't a participation award or anything of that nature. And I also just know for myself that I may have liked my match, but I also still know that even if I may like my match, there's always something to work on, and that's just, it is what it is. So if you can't accept that, then yeah, maybe this business isn't for you to be in, because people are going to be honest with their opinion and their critique.
They are,
So
you're right, because the crowd showed you more about they coming back to invest, and I think that's important. I think Saturday night was just a showcase of number one being a new school. We're showing them our again first round for the heavyweight title. I think y'all hitting it right on the head. If you don't step it up at Icon Pro, there's the door. Because we got people that's ready to come in there and see the next big talent. And I want every single one of you, ladies and gentlemen, that's on our roster to know there's a notice out for all of us, even me. If you don't go out here and show us your best or step your game up, then I don't know how we're gonna move forward, because we're gonna have to tighten up the shoestrings. There's a laundry list, there's a door of people ready to, there's a long line at that door waiting for people to come right on in. So you got to bring your A game, or hey, we're gonna have to see you down the road somewhere else, and there's nothing wrong with that. But really
Yeah.
quick, right here, Polar Knight said,
I would much rather a talent not be there at all than to come and not give everything that they're supposed to give and show that they're full blown talent. Because again, I don't wrestle. I'm fairly new into just the independent scene and stuff like that. I just know what I know from just watching. And if people been doing it for years, go in there and show that. Simple as that. Go in there and show that. Do your job.
hey, and speaking of doing that job, when you are sitting there and you looking for a way to unleash the beast, like we done this past Saturday, then get you a Monster Energy drink. Monster Energy drink is a proud sponsor of the Knockout Hour. When it comes down to wanting to get that extra boost of energy when you need it to go out there and be the biggest, baddest man on the planet like TKO, or be that bad intentions, Kiki Jones, or hey, keeping it real, just like IPW Cuz. Make sure you grab your energy drink. You can grab them anywhere you can go online, your local convenience stores, grocery stores, get it anywhere. But make sure you know that the Knockout Hour loves the sponsorship for Monsters. And hey, make sure you unleash that beast. Get one soon. And when it comes to Monsters, my man from Norway, he said that let's run down real quick before we run out of time. He said that I like how this show is supporting Monster Energy drinks. I am dealing with my own monster, my mother-in-law, or well, it looks like we need to do a sponsor for Polar Nights. Polar Nights, when you're looking for that time to get away from your monster your monster mother-in-law, make sure you grab your energy drink.
he said a monster-in-law. That's what I have.
Hey man, and not to mention the last comment of the night. By the way, really quick, shout out to my man Flying Brian and the 86th Airlift Wing, United States Air Force. We seen your message earlier. We was in a deep conversation, but let's never forget about our women and gentlemen women and men out there serving our country. Thank you, salute you. We love you guys. Y'all keep fighting for us. Thank you. We do not deserve it, but y'all 47 strong, and we appreciate that. Thank y'all for always showing us love, Brian. We definitely would love to see y'all guys again next week. And last comment of the night, it says, you never knew lady was that are married. We know better to rule when it comes to the ladies. Rule number one is they always right. 2, if in doubt, look at rule number 1. Hey, I like that. Hey, you sound like my daddy, man. That's the only advice he ever gave me. It's sad that my cousins know that I still don't do it. But anyway, thank you, Polar Knight, for joining us. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you.
United States.
Before we get off, shout out to that boy Freddie too. Can't leave him out.
Hey, Freddie attacks. Hey, Freddie, you the man, big dog. And right here, Brian says, love you and your show. TKO, congratulations on the big win. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We loved it. Kiki, real quick, where's your social media?
Instagram, Bad Intentions, KKJ, Facebook, Kiki Jones, and you'll see all my promos and everything. So, like I said, Instagram, Bad Intentions, KKJ, Facebook, Kiki Jones. That's where you can find me.
Cuz, where you at?
Y'all can follow my Instagram at NoTatShawty, NOTATSHAWTY.
No doubt. Thank you, cuz. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, IPW, cuz. And y'all know where to find me, Icon Pro Wrestling LLC. Make sure y'all check out for our next show. It's going down October 17th at Cummins High School. It's going down again, baby. But from the Knockout Hour, we love you guys. Y'all be safe. And I'm pretty sure that, hey, the way this show going, they may be here next week too. But I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Thank you, Knockouts and Knockouts. We'll see you. Peace.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two toolies of my own, I don't need the vet. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab and the stop. That you gonna have to go through both that swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gears push to start a feature, but my skill set a la carte. Woo! You don't understand. I got 7 sins in one palm on my hand. Balls are right, switch it and bodies get numb every time I demonstrate the main rule of thumb.